Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5 Minutes PM podcast. Today, I'd like to talk to you about earned value management. And I'd like not to explain what is earned value, but for me, which are the success factors. I did my master degree in earned value applied here in industries in Brazil. And the first thing that for me, it's a challenge for everybody. Everybody really enjoyed to see the results and to see all the calculations and to see the numbers, CPI, SPI. But first thing that we need to understand is the metric behind this. What is the real concept of earned value? What is the real concept of planned value? And what's the real concept of actual cost? It's very, very different from what I hear from a lot of people. They think that the most important is to do calculation, but to do calculation with the wrong data, it's pointless. No, it's not only pointless, it's a danger. It's a danger because you can drive your project to the failure only because you are doing the right calculation with the wrong concept. Second thing is the kind of project. Some projects are much easier to do earned value with the tail product, something tangible that you can see, that you can touch, and you can measure. So construction, it's much easier to find the earned value and to do the proper calculation than something that is intangible. For example, software development. To use earned value in software development, what you need to do, you need to convert everything into metrics. And to convert everything into metrics, you need to use something like function point or something like that. So it's not reasonable trying to guess, okay, my task is 25%, so my earned value is 25% of the budget for this task. This is reasonable only if you can measure and you can be sure that you reach at 25% of the work complete. Third aspect that I want to share with you, it's proper planning. Proper planning. It's not only calculation, it's not control, but it's to plan very well and prepare a very well done WBS chart. Build a proper scheduling process and do all the budgeting. Build the cost account plans. What is the cost account plans? It's the set of work packages that you put together to make sure that you can control the earned value and the planned value and the actual cost on that. So the cost account plan, for sure, in US government contracts, they have a lot of requirements on that, but I'm not covering that. I'm covering the basic use for all companies for your own benefit. So you can set up your cost account plan in the size that you think you can measure properly. And other thing, set up the right baseline to make sure that you have the right planned value along the time, with the time. And then you need to be able to measure it. As I said in the beginning of this podcast, it's really, really important that you measure and you measure properly. And sometimes the people use only percent complete. This is a very strong danger. Very dangerous. Why? Because it's very easy for you to mix up things and say that it's 25, but the real, it's 10%, 5%. So we have many kinds of measure to measure the earned value. And we need to know that. These are the success factors. Without this, it's pointless and very dangerous to use earned value. Very dangerous because you can drive your project to the danger and make decisions based on SPI, CPI, TCPI, and other things based on the wrong roots. So if you want to cultivate something, before you take the fruits, you need to drag the soil, water. You need to work very hard on that. And I'm preparing this podcast only because I spent this week some time with friends talking about that. And I was very concerned about what I heard. Oh, I'm using a magic software that does everything for me. And I say, okay, but How do you plan your project? And they say, oh, this doesn't matter too much. And this is very dangerous. So this is a podcast to warn everybody to make sure that only with very proper planning that you can drive the results. Everything, software are great. Everything is great when you have the right tools to do that, when you have the right concepts to do that. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and see you next week with another 5 Minutes PM podcast. Bye.